Voice your vote. It is the final push before voters head to the polls.
Joining us now is our political analyst, Ruben Morales. So let's start with the race for governor. A lot of people around the nation are looking for that right now. According to our latest Scientific Union Tribune poll, let's take a look at the numbers. Gavin Newsom is on top right now with 33% of support, but Republican John Cox has in this poll right now 17%. He's got the endorsement of President Trump. How much did that make a difference?
That made all the difference in the world. You know, leading up to the election day, the conventional wisdom was going to be two Democrats, Gavin Newsom and Antonio Villaraigosa, in the top two running for governor. It looks like now, with John Cox securing President Trump's endorsement, and with Gavin Newsom attacking Cox and labeling him as the conservative choice, those two things have propelled John Cox into what looks like the second spot in the governor's race tomorrow.
How does that play out moving forward into November? We were just hearing at the top of the newscast from Allison Ash that Gavin Newsom might want Cox to be his
Right.
challenger.
I think that was very strategic on Gavin Newsom's part. We'll have to see how the dynamics work out moving towards November. The Democrat will obviously have the advantage going into November, and we'll just have to see how John Cox is able to frame his candidacy and see if it can fit for California voters and make sense for them to vote for a Republican for the first time in many years in California.
All right, we want to move on now to the 49th congressional seat. This one up for grabs after Darrell Issa announced his retirement.
Right.
This poll here, we can see right now Diane Harkey in the lead. Kind of surprising to some people.
Under the radar. What has been on the radar has been the Democratic committees from Washington, their attacks on Republican Rocky Chavez. That has been all over the news, in commercials, in the mail. And what they've tried to do there is dislodge a Republican, Rocky Chavez, from first and second spot down to make room for a Democrat to get in there. Diane Harkey has been pretty much the Republican establishment choice, and she's been able to consolidate Republican support with Darrell Issa's endorsement and the endorsement of the Republican Party in San Diego, and she looks like she is set for that first spot. The real battle is for the second spot, and Democrats, Doug Applegate, and Sarah Jacobs are battling neck and neck, and it's too close to call right now.
Dems could hurt themselves because they did not consolidate with one candidate here.
They could. There might be a chance for Rocky Chavez still to slip into that second spot if he's able to consolidate enough Republican votes.
And it would stay a Republican seat.
Potentially.
Yeah. All right, let's talk quickly about the DA's race right now. It's been a heated race. A lot of outside money in this. Interim DA right now, Summer Stephan, looks like she's got a pretty commanding lead. The big key here is that money from George Soros that came in and helped Genevieve Jones, right? But he's also pulled that money. What does that say about this race?
Right. Well, once he pulled the money, the signal publicly was that, okay, we don't think we can win this race. And I think your poll demonstrates that. I think they pulled the money because they didn't think it was enough. It was really a case of too much money, too late. And it was for a candidate that wasn't known at all against an incumbent district attorney. It just wasn't enough, and it wasn't enough to close the gap. They realized that before Election Day and have pulled their money.
All right. Ruben, thank you so much for your insight. We really appreciate it. You will be back tomorrow.
This will be a fascinating day tomorrow.
It will
Yes.
be. All right, thank you, Ruben.
And be sure to tune in to 10 News for the most comprehensive coverage on election night. Our nonstop live coverage from Golden Hall begins at 8 p.m. on 10news.com and our free mobile app. We'll have the first results after the polls close, along with live results at the bottom of your screen throughout the night. Join us at 10 p.m. for a 10 News election special, and we'll have all the breaking developments on 10 News at 11.